Welcome back to Lancers TV. I'm your anchor, Stephanie Padilla.
And I'm Azucena Orozco.
This was the season 4 sports as CBU went Division 1. The athletics department hit some lows, but far more highs. Each team worked hard to battle against the top teams in the Western Athletic Conference. Let's first check on our women's water polo team. They've been competing at a Division 1 level from the start, because water polo does not compete at Division 2. Cheyann Tucker tells us how their seniors lead the team to success.
CBU women's water polo seniors Lisette Perez and Pua Wong showed leadership in and out of the pool. Division I isn't a giant step for these seniors. They challenge their teammates to strive and perform to their very best. Playing schools like UCI and USC are competitive, and these seniors have taken on the captain role and prepared their team for tough competition this season.
Goal scored for CBU by number 3, Lisette Perez.
Okay, so as seniors, it's really nice that there's only like 3 of us, so it's leadership is pretty much between the 3 of us. All the girls are active listeners.
Yeah, and I think like showing that leadership role, I think like they look up to us, so we have that position to not tell them what to do, but kind of instruct them, and like so they're prepared later in the like 3-4 years that they have. So yeah.
Lisette Perez has been acknowledged all-conference first and second team for 3 years and is determined to earn that title again for CBU women's water polo. Pua Wong has also earned All-American titles since attending CBU, and in 2018 season strived to achieve a hat trick in her sport, which means she scored 3 consecutive goals in 1 game. She did, to give her team the win.
We play much tougher teams. Well, we've always been playing the same amount of teams because we're in the Golden Coast Conference. So it's a mix of Division 1 and Division 2 teams with water polo because there's not that many schools. So we've always played tougher teams, but now that the whole school is, it's nice that we have more support from everybody.
And having that D1 title, we want to like be up there with the bigger like number 1 team, you know, like USC. So like our practices have to be much more intense. We have to go a lot more harder on our teammates to like get each other ready for like today's game, like the UCI game.
These seniors are dedicated to the game, their teammates, and CBU. Upholding the athletic goals and motto to honor Christ through excellence in athletics, Perez and Wong are making the school proud. Thanks, Stephanie. Back to you.
That's up.
Wow, glad to see such strong seniors leading their team.
Yes, they're on the road to a successful season, that is for sure. The Lancers water polo team is at a 500 average conference play so far. We are rooting for them to continue to grow and compete. Lisette Perez has been at CBU all 4 years, but there is a high ratio of transfer athletes that wish to be a Lancer. Brittany Galvez meets with junior transfer Mackenzie Buttinger to talk about her college experiences.
CBU softball junior transfer Mackenzie Buttinger first attended Coastal Carolina University for 2 years and participated in the university softball team there as well. Through guidance of friends and family and by the path God had placed her on, she began her first semester at CBU fall of 2018. The support of her family and being much closer to home made the decision easier to transfer. With the help of kind professors and incredible team atmosphere, Buttinger says this is where she is meant to be all along.
Okay, my first 2 years of college, my freshman and sophomore year, I played softball at Coastal Carolina University. And then shortly after my sophomore year ended, I realized that that probably wasn't the place for me. And I ended up coming to CBU, which I would have never thought I would have come here. I heard about it and I thought it was a really small Christian school. Didn't know if it was for me. It's a lot closer to home, so that was like a huge incentive. But transferring here was the best decision I could have ever made. My professors are amazing, my coaches are amazing, my teammates are great. Everything is perfect here. Like, I should have been here all along. But just transferring here is like you never anticipate transferring, and it's so hard and it's a lot to go through. It's like going through the recruiting process again, like reapplying to school like senior year that you do, like you never think you have to do that again. And having to go back through that has taught me so many lessons and so many valuable things in life, and I've just learned so much. And I just think transferring here has helped me play better, has helped me in the classroom. With overall, I have so many friends here, and being closer to home is such a good thing for me because I live in Arizona, so it works out perfectly. My parents can come to games, and just transferring here has been overall like the best decision I could have made.
With nearly 5,000 full and part-time students, 15% of those are transfers from other colleges and universities. Less than 4% of those transfer students are student athletes on campus. Students like Budinger feel extremely blessed to have the opportunity to attend CBU and thrive in athletics at the same time. With 20 athletic programs and sports, each team welcomes transfer students openly and are excited to share a love sport with a new athlete and hopes to spread the gospel through athletics. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Brittany. What a great outcome for Budinger. She is truly where she belongs. CBU is glad to have her as a part of the family. Speaking of athletic family, we would also like to welcome the new assistant coaches. Brittany Gossett comes from coaching at Santiago Canyon High School, and Shanice Harris was hired as a full-time assistant coach, a huge step up from where her part-time position from the past 4 years. These coaches played at the Division I level, and Caitlyn Lloyd is there with them. She would like to shed some light on how they compete at this new level.
As the CBU softball team traveled to College Station, Texas to play in a tournament held at Texas A&M, they were faced with the first realization that Division I softball is very different from Division II. With the guidance of ex-Division I players Shanice Harris and Brittany Gossett as their assistant coaches, the team was able to grow from this experience that the tournament had given them. By attending Power 5 schools, these two coaches are able to physically and mentally prepare the team for elite Division I sat down with assistant coaches Shanice Harris and Brittany Gossett to dive into their goals as coaches and the nostalgia that being back on a multi-million-dollar Division I field took them back to as athletes themselves.
Hi, my name is Shanice Harris. I'm the assistant softball coach here at California Baptist University. This is our first year in Division I, and we are super excited. I played at the University of Florida back in my day, a long time ago, and now it's exciting to be coaching a Division I team as well. The girls are super excited for the new challenges, the adversity that's going to come along the way, but they're willing to rise to the occasion. It just brought back so many memories this weekend playing at Texas A&M and remembering being out on the field and competing, playing for the love of the game, playing for the love of your sisterhood and your family. And I think that's what the girls are going to start bringing to the team as well, is just competing together every single day, accepting the challenges as they come and rising to the occasions and having a great season this year. Go Lancers!
Even though playing Texas A&M didn't go their way, it was a good test of progress and goal setting to move forward to be successful in the Western Athletic Conference. Head coach Bill Baber says the tournaments like these aren't focused on wins and losses, but are a way to grow and get better as a team.
Hi, my name is Brittany Gossett. I'm the assistant coach here at CBU. I attended the University of Notre Dame a long time ago. This weekend in Texas was super awesome. It was really good to be back on the field and be at that level. And I think the biggest thing for me was remembering like my first opening day and being able to give that experiences and those opinions and everything that we think back to our girls this weekend, and really being able to explain to our pitchers, just embracing the moments and enjoy the moments of playing these big schools and these big moments, and that they're going to last a lifetime. So I think just embracing the moments, having fun, and really just enjoying the first year of Division I. Lance up!
From Davis Diamond Field, back to you in the studio.
I love that these coaches are just as dedicated and committed to their sport as their team is. Coming up, an inside look for support animals for stress athletes and an exclusive interview with WAC basketball stats analyst Mike Minyard when we get back. Welcome back to Lancers TV. Performance on the field is a huge part of the game, but how you bond just off the field is just as important. The women's golf team enjoys the bonding just as much as they enjoy competing off the green. Sam Martirez sits in on their team cook-off.
Armed with kitchen knives, plates, and pans, the women's golf team take their competition and team bonding to the next level, the kitchen. The CBU women's golf team hosts their 3rd annual Lancer Cook-Off, where the ladies cook a 3-course meal and serve it to their fellow teammates and coaches. The menu includes a Capri salad and grilled salmon glazed with teriyaki sauce. Of course, a full-course meal is not complete without a dessert.
This is an NBA sandwich, and the NBA stands for Nutella, bananas, and almonds.
For CBU head coach Mark Machado, this team bonding emphasizes teamwork and communication.
It's important to do other things outside of golf. For us, team bonding is very important to our culture and how we're cultivating that culture and the way that we are producing this family and keeping this family close-knit. It takes a lot of other effort and a lot of other communication and fun events. The goal of the cook-off is to grow closer, to have fun, and to bond outside of the golf course.
That food looks delicious. Those girls have some talent on and off the putting green.
Coming home to a furry animal is the highlight of my day. I can only imagine the stresses that athletes go through every day and how much relief they get coming home to a pet that loves them. Sophi Perea sits down with Diana Lopez to talk about her furry friend, Winston.
The life of an athlete can get very busy. Gianna Lopez is a softball sophomore transfer from Purdue University. Being in a new element is only one of the ways her animal helps her get through her long weeks. Lopez says her pet guinea pig helps her feel more at home when she has had a long week.
After a long day of softball or school or just anything, it's really cool coming home to a little pet, especially this little guy. Guinea pigs are small, little miniature dogs, but it's really cool. It's a big distressor. I could just chill with him and just get all my stress away. It's just something I don't have to worry about, and he's just my little pet. So why he's important is the team got him for me when I wanted him for a Christmas gift, and I've always wanted pets, especially in college. I feel like it's so hectic and you're juggling stuff and you just need something fun, like a little pet, just to help calm you down, relax you.
She advises any other athletes going through difficult times to look into a pet.
What a cute little guy. I do agree athletics have a lot of stress about, especially their bodies and injuries. CBU is blessed to have an incredible athletic trainer who helps keep our athletes at the top of their game. Noah Givens talks with an athletic trainer, Brooke Sutton, on what it's like to deal with hurting athletes on a daily basis.
Hi, my name is Brooke Sutton. I'm the assistant athletic trainer here at Cal Baptist. I work primarily with women's volleyball and softball.
Brooke Sutton has been a part of the athletic training clinic for 3 years now and strives to keep her athletes healthy and strong to perform their best on the field and the court. Each injury requires special treatment from the training staff, and with a master's degree in kinesiology, Sutton knows what treatment will benefit each athlete best. From sore arms to back spasms to ankle taping, she does it all.
So the biggest difference with volleyball and softball, a lot has to do with the rehab. And so different exercises, gearing it to be more sports specific. And then when we travel, I pack way more tape for softball because when they're sliding and doing different things, they bleed a lot or sustain lots of acute injuries.
Sutton enjoys being around her girls and helping them with any soreness or pain they might be feeling. CBU is a home for Sutton and knew she wanted to be a full-time trainer for Lancers Athletics while she was in her graduate program. Head softball coach Bill Baber is grateful for her dedication to his team and keeping them healthy through a long, tough season.
I chose CBU. Initially I was a graduate assistant and I was here for 2 years before I was full-time, and I really just love the staff here, the athletes, and the Christian environment.
back to you.
Lanes up.
Being an athletic trainer takes as much talent as being the athlete. I wouldn't want to be responsible on deciding how to treat an injured player. Too much pressure. When we get back, the exclusive interview with Coach Croy and Mike Minyard. Don't miss it. We'll be right back.
We're back. CBU basketball team just finished their inaugural season in the Western Athletic Conference Division I.
Coach Croy has led his team numerous victories, and this season was nothing short. Caitlyn Lloyd sat down with him mid-season to talk about challenges and goals.
In their first year of Division I basketball, Coach Richard Croy and his staff has led their team to an overall record of 14 wins to 10 losses and a conference record of 5-5 so far. Coach Croy was named CBU basketball head coach spring of 2013 and has led a successful team since then with 16 all-conference earning athletes among several other Pac West honors on his roster. He's also led the 2017-2018 team to a West Regional Championship and an advancement to the Elite Eight, which is the furthest accomplishment for CBU men's basketball history. As CBU men's basketball's first season in Division I is coming to a close, Coach Croy and his assistant coaches were challenged with finding new ways to build an elite team that can compete in Division I.
The coaching style philosophy hasn't changed much in the transition to Division I. I think what's required is more patience. There's just so many things that areas that you have to be ready to evolve in. You're playing new teams every night. There's so much more travel, and there's a lot of planning for down the road at Division I. You have to see a little bit further down the line with your recruiting classes and how you're building your culture. So our core covenants and the way we go about everything is remain the same. But I definitely think there's a patience component that's it's got to be pretty sharp.
With the help of his captains, leaders, and upperclassmen, they were able to change the dynamic of practices and game strategies to be successful in the Western Athletic Conference in Division I. Much like all sports at CBU, the goal is to honor Christ with excellence in athletics, and Coach Croy aims every day, whether that be in practice or in game, to grow and promote his team to play for each other and to play for Christ.
Yeah, I think one of the reasons this team has made the transition so well is the leadership in the locker room. Jordan Heading is our only senior. His leadership has been about the best we've ever had. He's learned from all the guys in the past, Kalidou Diouf, Michael Smith, Jordan Giusti, Casey Norris. We've had great leaders in our program, and Jordan's doing that this year. Milan Aqua's just a sophomore, but he's really increased the belief in this team that we could go on the road first year and win games, and then obviously handle business on our home floor. But this team loves to practice, they love to prepare, and they love working together. I think that comes from the great leadership.
This team continues to lead an example for all sports at CBU, and through leadership and excellent preparation, each athlete has the desire to play for his coaches, his teammates, and his Lord and Savior. I'm Caitlyn Lloyd, reporting here at the Event Center. Back to you.
Lance up.
That team is destined to do great things in Division I. With the 16-15 overall record, the Lancers basketball team was able to host the CBI postseason tournament, where they battled to the very end.
We have WAC men's basketball analyst Mike Minyard here to discuss CBU season and the Western Athletic Conference standings. Hey, Mike.
Hi, Stephanie. How are you?
We're doing great. We would like to talk to you about how you think this season went for CBU men's basketball. What were their successes and their challenges this season going into Division I?
So, first year of Division I, that transition, it's really tough, and we learned that throughout the season, just the new challenges that the team would face, and really our coaches and student athletes deserve a lot of credit in how they handled that transition. The travel was a lot more extensive this year, and just new opponents. Obviously, the talent level in Division I versus Division II, there's going to be a little bit of a separation there, and just learning all those things.
Yeah, definitely. Who are the top athletics on this year's team, and how do they stack up against the team's athletics in the rest of the conference?
So, Milan Aqua would get the headlines for sure. I mean, he had an incredible year transferring in from Washington State and then becoming the WAC Newcomer of the Year. He was solid throughout the year, had some unbelievable performances, had 36 points, a career high against New Mexico State, which went on to the NCAA tournament this year and played really well there.
Last question. What do you think the Lancers will have to do differently to win the WAC title next season? And do you think they will be able to do so?
So looking forward to next year, a lot coming back again. Jordan just being the lone senior. Pretty much everybody will be back next year. We also have a couple red shirts that will be able to play next year that we're really looking forward to. Also, as we know in recruiting, there's some guys that the coaches are really excited about. So I think once we get back to campus in August and get ready for the coming basketball season, I think we'll be more talented top to bottom. I think that we've learned this past year that in the WAC, the talent level is much higher than most people realize. the quality of coaching on those sidelines is much stronger than people across the country realize as well. So winning a conference championship is the goal every single year for our programs, not just basketball, but all of our programs. That's usually goal number one, to win a conference championship, and that doesn't change for our teams here. And I have all the confidence in the world in Coach Croy and his staff, and the quality of kids that they bring in here to our campus. That they're going to be in the mix for that. It's going to be hard, and not to sound like a coach, you always have to stay healthy and make sure that you have all the talent and all the options and tools that available to you to do so. So I think there's just a lot to be excited about. Looking back at 16 wins this past year, and then to see everybody who's coming back, to have that nucleus coming back, definitely a lot to be excited about.
Awesome. Thank you again, Mike, for joining us today.
What a great year for Lancer Athletics. Until next time on Lancers TV, I'm Azucena Orozco.
And I'm Stephanie Padilla.
Lance up.